Good evening, fuckers, and you are at the new home for requesting Train Simulator Classic videos. I figured the old one, just being part of a 3-hour live stream, wasn't the best place to do that. So here we have the standalone version. The updated standalone version, I hasten to add. So this is where you make your requests for future Train Simulator Classic videos. And before I go into the specifics of what options are available to you, and there are plenty of them, I will just quickly mention two of my own specifics, and these are the only two. Firstly, I'm only doing British routes because all but two of mine are British, so but I'm not remotely familiar with any routes outside Britain, so I'm just sticking with those. And secondly, I am not doing steam locomotives because I'm hopeless at them. Simple as that. Actually, I'll bung in a third there. I'm not using shunters either because that's just a bit ridiculous, and shunting is not my favourite thing to do in this game. So okay, so we'll bring up the quick drive. Now when it comes to what you can request, you can be as general or as specific as you like. If you, for example, just want to see a particular train and you don't care where it is or anything else, go ahead and put it down. If you want to see a particular route covered and you don't give a shit what train is used, again, just put it down. It can be as general as that. I mean, you could even do what was done in one of my earlier request videos, where the request was just to see a feature. They wanted to see a train that could and needed to change its how it was powered from overhead AC electric to third rail DC electric. So even if it's just something like that you want to see, put it down and we'll do it. As far as specifics, you can be as specific as you like. Right down to what what season of the year, what weather, even what time of day it's starting. When it comes to the routes, it can be the entire length of the route. You could ask to start at one particular station and finish at another particular station without it being the entire length. You can ask to have stops on the way. If you know the particular stations, then you just say stop at blah blah blah. If you don't know the name of any of the stations, you can just say stop at 1, 2, 3, 4 stations, however many. I could even stop at all of them if you really want that. So so you can be as specific as you like. I mean, with the trains, passenger, freight, whatever. So with that in mind, we'll go through the actual route and train options available to you. So we'll start with the locomotives as they are here. There's plenty of them, but as I say, I'm not doing steam and I'm not doing any locos that do not operate in the UK. So on this page, yeah, you've only got the Class 156 DMU. And yeah, no shunters. So we then have yeah, several more DMUs. So the Class 101, 2 liveries. I think there was more than 2 actually, but that's actually something else. If you want to be specific about the livery that the loco is using, or the train is using, I should say, again, feel free. So, carrying on then after the 101, so we have the 105, the 111, the 117, the 121, the 142, and 143. Yes, 2 pacers, yeah, I know. There are 6 different 150s, they are all just different liveries. Why it's done all separate, I don't really know, but carrying on, so we have 2 different 158s. Again, it's pretty much just the liveries, the difference there. A 166, the 170, again 2 liveries there. The 175, that has 2 liveries, but it's bundled them all together. So the 180, I'm going to guess it's Adelante. Probably completely butchered that pronunciation, but there we go. The first of the locos, the Class 20. Back to admittedly a very fast emu in the Class 221, the Super Voyager. Back to diesel locomotives, so we have Class 24, Class 25, Class 27 and Class 31. Back to emus with the Class 319, the 321 and the 325, the Royal Mail train. Back to diesel locomotives, Class 33 and the Class 35, the diesel hydraulic. Back to emus again with the Class 350, the 350/1, the 360 and the 365. The magnificent diesel loco Class 37. Back to electric, the Class 370, the APTP. Back to emus again with the 375, the 377 and the 378. Continuing with emus, the 380, the 390, the Pendolino. There's 2 different liveries for the Pendolino. In fact, there's more than 2. The 395 Javelin, my favourite. The Nyon Prehistoric 402, the 2 Hal. The Class 416, we're still on emus, but not for this one, the Class 42, the Warship diesel hydraulic loco. But now we are back to emus again, the Class 421, 4 Sig, again 2 different liveries there. Continuing with a page of emus, the 422, the 4 Big, the 423, the 4 VEP. I'm sure it's meant to be VEP, but there you go, VEP for me. The Class 442, the Gatwick Express. Class 444, 2 liveries for that one. Class 450, again 2 liveries for that one. The Class 455 and the Class 465. And the last EU for a little bit, the Class 466. So you have, well, diesel locomotives for a short while anyway, with 2 Class 47s, different liveries. There's far more than 2 liveries actually. And then the 47/8, quite a significantly upgraded 47. Back to emus, the Class 483, that's the one that runs on the Isle of Wight. If you want that one, it has to be on the Isle of Wight, it won't run anywhere else. The Class 489 GLV, I'll be honest, I've no idea where that runs. back to locos for a bit then. So the class 50, the class 52, the third and last of the diesel hydraulics, and the mighty class 55 Deltic. Then the class 56, we have two different versions of the class 57, the 58, class 59, class 60. Most of these are freight specialists, but I'm sure they can be used for passenger service. Class 66, a whole row of class 66s. Quite what the difference between this one and this one is, I don't know, because, yeah. Anyway, to continue, class, another class 66, this is the EWS livery. Then two class 67s, two different liveries. Again, I've got more than just two liveries of the 67. Class 68, not a favourite. Two class 70s, again, what's the difference between the two? Answers on a postcard. Class 73, I have more than one livery of that. The class 76 and 77, so we're back onto the electric locos with, well, yeah, 73 is electric, so that whole bottom row. Continuing with electric, so the class 801, the class 86, so we're back to locomotives, still electric though. Class 87, the class 89, class 90, class 91, two liveries for the 91. This one has the Intercity 225 livery. That's a really misleading name, that Intercity 225, but oh well. And then on to the class 92. I won't worry about the Pacifics because that's steam. And I think, yeah, this whole page, none of those are British. And they are either not British or steam, so we can skip those. The high-speed train, the class 43, the original Intercity 125. I have plenty of liveries for that one. Why it comes up as with no image, I have no idea, but yeah, I do have that one in abundance. And on the final page, we have the yeah, the DVT. This thing, I don't know why it hasn't got the class. It should be the class 82, but yeah. So anyway, that one is available. The class 460, another Gatwick Express, Perma-Quick personnel carrier. It looks like a real high performance one, that, doesn't it? I've never driven it, so. Yeah, steam, that one's not British, even though the V200 did operate in Britain for a while. I'm not going to. And finally, another class 37, the West Highland Line variant. Don't really know what the difference is, but apparently there is one. So that's all your locomotive options. Plenty of them. As for the routes, so we have 5 pages of routes. So Bristol to Exeter, I'd like to think you don't really need many of these explaining, but as I've said that, you know, I could stop at other stops along the way, you can pause the video if you need to make a note of any particular names, but I doubt you will need to. Anyway, so Chatham Main Line, this one, yeah, runs from London Victoria, and yeah, it goes out as far as well, Chatham. I think Gillingham, Rainham, in fact all of, well, maybe not these 5. No, Denmark Hill certainly isn't, that's still London. But so I think Rainham is the furthest point on that line. So yeah, there's your options there. Doncaster Works is purely shunting, so I won't do that one, and Donna Pass is not UK. So London to Peterborough. I'd be really, you know, amazed if anyone actually needs an idea of where that is going. But I think Welwyn Garden City is slightly further along the line than Peterborough. Don't quote me on it, but yeah. Right, there's your options there. East Coast Main Line, not a very clear description, but yeah, it's basically York to Newcastle, and I am pretty sure Newcastle is the furthest north of all of those options there. So yeah, York to Newcastle is the you know, furthest point on each of those. Edinburgh to Glasgow. I mean, do you really need me to, you know, explain where that one's going? So there's your stopping options there. The Falmouth branch line, I think, is, well, it was designed as steam trains only. I suppose you can use diesel on there, so yeah, there's your options. Falmouth and Truro, they're the only starting options you get. I don't know the area at all, so I don't know which is furthest from wherever. But yeah, there you are. 5 Circle Line, Edinburgh to Dunfermline. This is the route that has the Forth Bridge. If you're doing the section from Dalmeny to North Queensferry, that's the Forth Bridge. So Edinburgh Waverley is the furthest south, and well, it does actually go in a circle, in a ring. So I think Cowdenbeath, it's between Cowdenbeath and Dunfermline as to which is the furthest point. But yeah, there are your options there. On to page 2, Great Eastern Line, or Great Eastern Main Line, London to Ipswich. Again, it should be pretty self-explanatory. So the London terminus is Liverpool Street. And yeah, there's all your options there, but yeah, the name rather gives away Ipswich is the furthest point on that line. Glasgow Airport Rail Link. This line doesn't exist. It was proposed, but nothing ever came of it. It's very, very short, so I doubt I will get any requests for it, but nevertheless, there it is. Great Western Main Line. I mean, it couldn't be more vague if it tried. So Paddington is the London terminus, and it will take you as far as, well, I'm not sure if, yeah, Oxford is the furthest, so yeah. So London Paddington to Oxford is, yeah, the entire length of this particular section. That is not Britain, so we won't worry about that. Next one, Huddersfield Line, Manchester to Leeds. This is a Transpennine, or part of the Transpennine route. So yeah, Manchester, Victoria at one end, and yeah, amazingly, Leeds at the other. So there are all of your options as far as stops for that one. Newcastle to Edinburgh. So yeah, you don't need me to tell you where the you know, if you're starting at Newcastle, where the end point is. But here are all of your options for stops for that one. The Kyle line, this is Inverness to the Kyle of Locos. This is the northernmost line that I have in the game, although once you reach Dingwall here, you're then going south, so Dingwall is basically the furthest north that you go. Actually, you're not. You're going sort of west southwest direction. It's a long old line. It basically takes you from the well, if you're starting in Inverness, yeah, it takes you from the east coast right the way across to the west. Liverpool to Manchester via Warrington. So Liverpool Lime Street is the terminus at one end, Manchester Piccadilly is the terminus at the other. So yeah, there are your options as far as stops go for that one. Last one on this page is the London Faversham High Speed Run. Now, at the time of recording, this one is broken. So if you start at St Pancras, yeah, it's just completely buggered up, and you're given a train journey that it says will take about 13 hours to do. So for this one I have to do yeah, I have to start at Ebbsfleet, which is the end of the actual high speed part of it. It calls it the high speed run, but once you reach Ebbsfleet, this thing is not fast in the slightest. So yeah, so you start at Ebbsfleet, and then yeah, obviously it will take you to Faversham. And there are all of your options there. If it does get fixed, then I'll put an update in the pinned comment, along with all the other, you know, updates to any additional locomotive or route DLCs that I buy that are not in this video. Anyway, on to page 3, London to Brighton. I wonder. So yeah, not a vast amount of stops if you are going the entire length from London Victoria to Brighton. There are a lot more stations than are appearing here, so yeah, your options as far as where I start and where I finish are more limited than I would have liked, shall we say. But nevertheless, there you go. Right, so next one, the Midlands Main Line, London St Pancras to Bedford. Again, it's bloody obvious, I think, but we have two actual options as far as the terminus, St Pancras International and St Pancras Thameslink. But yeah, the furthest point from there is obviously Bedford itself. Even though it's considered Midlands Main Line, to me it's still a bit too south to really be Midlands, but there you go. It's Midlands-ish. It's north of London anyway, so. Next one, North Wales coast. So for this one, you start off, well, Crewe is the departure point furthest east, and then it takes you right the way through to Holyhead. You have no shortage of stops on the way. Although if yeah, if you wanted me to do Llandudno, then yeah, I can't go on to these. That's a different branch, and so yeah, once you're at Llandudno Junction, you will then go down this branch here past the Gunwy. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it right, and then Llandudno itself. But yeah, that's then the end of the line. So yeah, all of these, once you are out of Bangor Station, all these rest are on Anglesey. So yep, that's all your stopping options there. Next one, Portsmouth Direct Line. Actually, there's not really much point me doing this one because the London Waterloo to Portsmouth is basically the entire length of it. So yeah, it starts at London Waterloo and will take you right the way to Portsmouth Harbour. So that's the one that yeah, if you want me to do that route, this is the one I will do. The other one doesn't go all the way from, it starts at Portsmouth but it doesn't go all the way to Waterloo, so there's really not much point using that one. Riviera line, this is yeah, the Cornish Riviera. So Exeter St David's is the well, it's certainly one end of it. Now I'm not sure what the furthest point is as far as this line goes. I'm gonna guess it's Paignton, but don't quote me on it. But there you go, that's all your stopping options there. So Riviera line in the 50s, yeah, it's the same route, you know. So Settle to Carlisle. Actually not quite as obvious as it sounds because yeah, okay, I'm assuming Settle is certainly at one end and Carlisle at the other. But I mean, probably because yeah, I'm not from the area, so I don't know any of these places particularly well. But I did think, though clearly it's not the case, that this one went into Scotland, but no, clearly not. Oh well. Onwards. Somerset Dorset Joint Railway. This is another one that was designed for steam, steam trains. Again, I'm pretty sure I can, I can use diesels on this. I don't know the area at all, so I don't know what the furthest point is, as far as I, from one extreme to the other. So yeah, I hope you know the area better than I do, and you can tell me, because I haven't got the remotest clue. Right, on to page 4, South Wales main line. So with this one, yeah, the furthest point, yeah, you start at Bristol Temple Meads, and it can take you right the way to Swansea. It is actually considered the South Wales coast in the within the careers. I wish it was the whole of the South Wales coast, and it carried on into Pembrokeshire, but no, Swansea is the furthest point along that one. So there are all of your options there as far as stopping points. Southwestern main line. So this is Southampton to Bournemouth. Takes you right the way through the New Forest, so yeah, good looking, good route if you like the scenic ones, which I do. Hence why I have it. Right, the Isle of Wight. So Ryde Pierhead is the yeah, one extreme. I think Shanklin is the furthest point. Certainly nowhere near as long as it should be. The Isle of Wight, its rail service was absolutely butchered. But yep. There you go. Anyway, so that's your options there for the Isle of Wight. The Woodhead line, the line that no longer exists. So yes, this starts in Manchester London Road, which yeah, that station is now called Manchester Piccadilly. You may have heard of it. And the other end is yeah, Sheffield. I think it's called Sheffield Victoria in this on this line, and then there is also this WAS. It's like a branch there. So I'm assuming, yeah. So if you start at Manchester London Road, you can, yeah, you can take the branch to WAS or the branch to Sheffield. There you go. So there's your stopping options for those. West Coast Main Line North, not the most helpful of descriptions. This is the one that I was thinking of earlier. So Carlisle is amazingly the furthest south of this route, and Glasgow Central is, yeah, that's the start and end points. Not a lot of stops in between there, but it's a great route actually, that one. West Coast Main Line over Shap. This one has appeared in several of my videos already, but in case you're not familiar with it, so Carlisle is at one end. And yeah, if you're starting at Carlisle, Preston can be the furthest point you can go, but it also depends on, yeah, which platform you start at. So this one, Annan or Dumfries. I'm pretty sure Dumfries is further north than Annan. So yeah, you've got options as far as where you're going to go if you yeah, choose this route. So yeah, take your pick. West Coast Main Line South. So this is, I think this is the longest stretch of the sort of rail network that I have in one DLC. This takes you from Euston to Birmingham. And I'm trying to find where it is appearing here. So you have Birmingham International, but yeah, Birmingham New Street. Surely Birmingham New Street is the end point. So yeah, there are plenty of options as far as this one. So if we start at Birmingham New Street, there we go. So yeah, we can do it that way round, but oh, here we are, fast at Euston. Surely that will then yeah. So yeah, you've got a long old stretch of the country that this will cover. Next one, West Coast Main Line, Trent Valley. So this, now I'm trying to remember where is the starting point of here. I think this is just alphabetical, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So I don't know where the start and end points of this route are. So just go through there, and yeah, there are your options. There's a reasonable number of them. Final one on this page is the Weardale and Teesdale Rail Network. This one again I think gives you a fair few options depending on where you start. But so Barnard Castle actually looks like yeah, okay, so in fact it doesn't give you quite as many options as I thought. But yeah. Well, there you go. That's all the options yeah, right there. Right, final page. So we're on to the Welsh Marches. So this, yeah, Shrewsbury is the easternmost part of it, and then yeah, it basically sort of heads southwest sort of way. So it's got a combination of English and Welsh stops. So yeah, there's all of your options there. West Highland Line South, extremely long line, but yeah, Fort William is the northernmost point. The southernmost point, now I thought the southernmost point was Ardlew, but yeah, I no longer think that is the case, but I don't know what is the southernmost point. It might be Helensburgh, but yeah, don't quote me on it. So there's all your options anyway. West Somerset Railway. Now this is another one. I don't know the area well, but I think if you're going from one end to the other, it's not a hugely like long line. I think Woolerton is actually no, I don't think Woolerton is the far end. So Minehead is definitely the finishing point. Yeah, if you're going westwards. I don't know if Bishop Lydeard is the like is a terminus. So yeah, you've got your options here as far as starting points. There's your end points to say. If I knew the area better, I could tell you more, but I don't. Final route is the West of Scotland lines. So this one, yeah, you could start as far down as Carlisle, and the furthest point from there, yeah, is Stranraer. I think Stranraer Harbour is actually one stop on from Stranraer town. So yeah, there's your starting and finishing options there. But yeah, I think the max, yeah, if you're going to do the full length of it, then yeah, it's Carlisle to Stranraer Harbour. So, and there you are. So that is all of the locos and all of the roots. As I say, there's plenty to choose from. Now, once you've made your request, I can promise you I will do the video. So once you get a reply to your request from me that says done, it means that the video not only has been recorded but is up and on the channel. Once you get that, if you want to make another request, then go ahead. It's not a one-shot deal. You know, you can make as many requests as you like. All I ask is that, yeah, let me get your first request done before you then go and make your next one. Okay. But that is about it. So over to you lot.